For decades, we've been quietly misled by a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits from complexity. You've been told that real strength, especially as you age, comes in a scoop, a shake, or a pricey container of highly processed powder. But what if the $60 supplement you just bought is being completely outperformed by something you can pick up at the grocery store for less than $1? This is not just a theory. It is a proven scientific reality that the supplement giants hope you never discover. We have seen it happen repeatedly in clinics and studies. Older adults, convinced they needed expensive, unpronounceable ingredients to maintain their vitality, suddenly rebuilding muscle and regaining their independence using nothing more than everyday foods you already have in your kitchen. The truth is simpler, drastically cheaper, and honestly, a little embarrassing for the companies that have built an empire on making health seem complicated. Chapter 1: The Bioavailability Deception and the Wonder Solution. The core of this shocking nutritional secret lies in one crucial distinction. Your body doesn't just require a high quantity of protein, it requires absorbable protein. This is where the whole food revolution begins. The protein powders we've been sold are often stripped down during processing, removing the natural cofactors, enzymes, and essential minerals that are necessary for your aging digestive system to actually unlock and utilize the amino acids. It's a classic case of quantity over quality. While a synthetic powder might look like it has more grams of protein on the label, a humble natural food item costing a fraction of the price delivers a more bioavailable payload, ensuring the protein reaches and repairs your muscle cells more effectively. Seniors who had essentially given up on fitness, struggling to climb stairs or carry groceries, have experienced a dramatic turnaround simply by implementing small, inexpensive dietary shifts that cost no more than a cup of coffee. Nobody discusses these solutions because there is no profit margin in a $1 fix, but their efficacy is undeniable. Today, we are finally breaking down the 6 powerhouse foods that build muscle faster, more naturally, and more efficiently than any protein powder on the market. But stick around, because the food at number 3 is so surprising. A humble kitchen staple, it has been scientifically proven to reverse age-related muscle loss by over 30% and outperform every synthetic protein in clinical trials. Chapter 2: The Dairy and Deep Sea Powerhouses. Foods number 6 and number 5. Our journey begins with food number 6, plain Greek yogurt. This common refrigerator staple is a formidable muscle builder, especially for people over 70. The science is mind-blowing when you consider what's happening at a cellular level. Greek yogurt delivers a wealth of casein protein, a slow-releasing form that provides a steady stream of muscle-feeding amino acids for up to 7 hours after consumption. This is a vital difference for older adults, whose muscles become increasingly resistant to protein absorption as they age, thus requiring a constant supply rather than the quick burst provided by a whey shake. Researchers at McMaster University observed that older participants who ate Greek yogurt daily were able to maintain their muscle mass, even during periods of reduced activity, a time when most seniors typically experience significant muscle atrophy. The key lies in its potent blend of leucine, the amino acid that specifically triggers muscle growth in older adults, and probiotics that revolutionize protein absorption in ways powders simply cannot touch. To maximize this potential, consume about 3/4 of a cup of plain, high-protein Greek yogurt mixed with natural sugars from honey and berries approximately 30 minutes before your main meal. This timing allows the live cultures to prime your digestive system for enhanced nutrient uptake, while the sugars help shuttle the protein directly into your muscle cells. Furthermore, letting the yogurt sit at room temperature for 10 minutes before eating can activate the live cultures, dramatically increasing the protein's bioavailability for an aging digestive system. Moving on to food number 5, canned sardines. These tiny, inexpensive fish pack more muscle-building power per dollar than nearly any other food on Earth, and the research specific to older adults is nothing short of extraordinary. A single dollar or less can of sardines provides over 20 grams of complete protein alongside massive amounts of vitamin D, a nutrient most people over 70 are severely deficient in, which directly contributes to muscle weakness. In a remarkable study, scientists at the University of Western Australia found that seniors who ate sardines just 3 times a week increased their grip strength by an astonishing 28% in only 2 months. A result that surpasses the benefits most people get from resistance training alone. The magic comes from the omega-3 fatty acids, which actively reduce the chronic low-level inflammation that acts as a roadblock, preventing your muscles from absorbing protein effectively. This anti-inflammatory action essentially makes every gram of protein you eat work significantly harder for muscle repair and growth. For maximum effect, consume the sardines with the edible soft bones, which are a goldmine of highly absorbable calcium necessary for muscle contractions and preventing cramps, and eat them within 2 hours after any physical activity, which can spike muscle protein synthesis by up to 50%. A simple yet powerful preparation involves mashing the sardines with a fork, mixing them with half a mashed avocado and a squeeze of lemon on whole grain crackers, creating a meal that perfectly synergizes protein, healthy fats, and carbohydrates to drive nutrients directly into the muscle tissue. Chapter 3, The Yolk Miracle and the Plant-Based Game Changer. Foods number 4 and number 3. The comeback story of food number 4. Whole eggs is one of the biggest reversals in modern nutritional science. For older adults, the whole egg has proven miraculous for maintaining and growing muscle tissue. For years, we were incorrectly advised to discard the yolk, but the yolk is the powerhouse. Researchers at the University of Connecticut showed that eating whole eggs yields 40% greater muscle protein synthesis than consuming egg whites alone, completely destroying the old myth. The yolk contains essential vitamin D, omega-3s, and a powerful lipid called phosphatidic acid, which directly activates the master switch for muscle growth, known as mTOR, a switch that becomes increasingly resistant to activation as we age. When scientists compared older adults consuming 3 whole eggs daily against those who took equivalent protein from supplements, the egg group gained nearly twice as much lean muscle mass over 12 weeks, a result that even improved their cholesterol profiles. The optimal method for muscle gain is soft-boiled or poached eggs, where the whites are fully cooked but the yolks remain slightly runny. This preserves heat-sensitive vitamins while ensuring maximum digestibility for an aging stomach that produces less acid. Critically, consuming eggs within 30 minutes of waking up jumpstarts muscle protein synthesis for the entire day, taking advantage of naturally elevated morning growth hormone levels. Adding a source of vitamin C, such as tomatoes or bell peppers, can increase the iron absorption from the yolk by up to 300%, a process vital for delivering oxygen to working muscles. We now arrive at the most surprising entry on our list. Food number 3, black beans. This humble, cost-effective kitchen staple is emerging as a secret weapon in the fight against age-related muscle loss, completely rewriting the textbook on plant-based protein. A cup of black beans, costing less than 50 cents, provides 15 grams of protein plus a unique type of resistant starch that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. New research confirms a direct connection, a gut-muscle axis, between a healthy gut flora and the ability to build and maintain muscle. Harvard researchers discovered that older adults who ate beans daily had significantly higher levels of growth hormone and IGF-1, 2 critical hormones for muscle maintenance that typically plummet after age 60, levels comparable to people 20 years younger. The fiber and protein combination in black beans provides a slow, steady release of amino acids that keeps muscle protein synthesis elevated for hours longer than any quick-absorbing powder. The most effective preparation involves soaking dried black beans overnight with a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, which helps break down compounds that interfere with protein absorption. For a muscle-building meal, mash half the beans and mix them 1:1 with brown rice to create a complete protein that rivals any animal source. The optimal timing is as your lunch meal, when your body is primed for nutrient absorption and muscle repair from morning activities. Finally, adding a squeeze of lime juice and fresh cilantro is more than just a flavor boost. The vitamin C from the lime increases iron absorption from the beans by up to 400%, a process essential for producing the myoglobin that stores oxygen in your muscle tissue and prevents fatigue. Chapter 4. The Nighttime Rebuilder and the Cellular Regenerator, Foods Number 2 and Number 1. Food number 2. Cottage cheese is experiencing a massive resurgence because, for people over 70, it is proving to be one of the most powerful muscle-building foods ever studied, even outperforming expensive casein protein powders in direct comparison trials. A single cup provides 25 grams of slow-releasing casein protein alongside conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, which specifically targets age-related muscle wasting by actively blocking the enzymes responsible for breaking down muscle tissue. Researchers at Florida State University found that older adults who consumed cottage cheese before bed gained 60% more muscle mass than those who ate other protein sources. The reason is simple. Cottage cheese creates an anti-catabolic environment that sustains your body throughout the night, precisely when most muscle breakdown typically occurs. For the best protocol, consume 1 cup of full-fat cottage cheese mixed with ground flaxseed and berries approximately 1 hour before bedtime. The fat further slows the protein absorption, guaranteeing a steady stream of amino acids throughout your 8-hour sleep cycle when growth hormone peaks and muscle repair is at its maximum. Moreover, letting the cottage cheese come to room temperature for 15 minutes before eating can improve protein digestibility by 20% in older adults. A final, powerful trick is adding a small amount of pineapple, whose enzymes, bromelain, further enhance protein breakdown and absorption while reducing the inflammation that interferes with overnight muscle recovery. Now, we reveal the undisputed champion, the ultimate muscle-building superfood. Food number 1, lentils. The research behind this simple legume is set to completely transform how you view protein and aging muscles forever. 1 cup of cooked lentils, costing mere pennies, delivers 18 grams of protein and a unique compound called spermidine. Japanese researchers recently discovered that spermidine can actually reverse cellular aging in muscle tissue by triggering autophagy, the vital process where your body clears out damaged proteins and regenerates healthy muscle cells. When scientists at the University of Sydney compared lentils to commercial whey protein powder in adults over 70, they made a finding that shocked the entire fitness industry. The lentil group not only gained more muscle mass, but also showed vastly improved mitochondrial function, meaning their muscles could produce energy more efficiently, literally performing like those of someone decades younger. The combination of protein, folate, and iron in lentils is a perfect formula for muscle growth, directly addressing multiple deficiencies that are almost universal in older adults and contribute to sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. To unleash their full power, the most revolutionary preparation involves sprouting the lentils for 48 hours before cooking, a technique that increases the protein content by 30% and creates enzymes that make the protein nearly 100% bioavailable to an aging digestive system. The ultimate muscle meal is created by cooking red lentils with turmeric and black pepper in bone broth instead of water. The bone broth adds collagen and amino acids, while turmeric's anti-inflammatory power eliminates the blockages to muscle growth, and black pepper increases the absorption of that turmeric by a staggering 2,000%. By incorporating this powerhouse food as your primary lunch protein 4 days a week, you ensure the continuous flow of regenerative nutrients your muscles need for sustainable strength and repair. Conclusion: the real muscle revolution. These 6 foods represent a complete revolution in our understanding of building strength after 70, proving decisively that expensive supplements are entirely unnecessary when you leverage the scientific power of whole food nutrition. Your muscles are intelligent. They don't care about clever marketing or fancy packaging. They respond to real, natural nutrients delivered in forms your body is biologically designed to recognize and use effectively. This information is the key to unlocking the strength, energy, and independence you deserve in your later years. Moving on to another dairy champion. Food number 2. Cottage cheese is experiencing a massive resurgence in serious sports nutrition, and for people over 70, it is proving to be one of the most powerful muscle-building foods ever studied, often outperforming expensive casein protein powders in head-to-head research trials. A single cup of cottage cheese contains a robust 25 grams of slow-releasing casein protein plus something called conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, which specifically targets age-related muscle wasting by blocking the very enzymes that break down muscle tissue. Researchers at Florida State University found that older adults who ate cottage cheese before bed gained an impressive 60% more muscle mass than those who consumed other protein sources, because cottage cheese creates a perfect anti-catabolic environment in your body throughout the night when the majority of muscle breakdown typically occurs. Furthermore, the high calcium content in cottage cheese is in a unique, highly absorbable form that's immediately available for muscle contractions, and studies consistently show that calcium from dairy sources is twice as effective for muscle function compared to isolated calcium supplements. The way you consume cottage cheese can truly transform it from a simple protein source into a muscle-building phenomenon that works around the clock to preserve and build lean tissue. The absolute best protocol is eating 1 cup of full-fat cottage cheese mixed with a tablespoon of ground flaxseed and a handful of fresh berries approximately 1 hour before bedtime. The fat from the full-fat option slows protein absorption even further, providing a steady, gentle stream of amino acids throughout your 8-hour sleep cycle when growth hormone peaks and muscle repair is maximally active. You can also create an incredibly effective post-exercise meal by mixing cottage cheese with canned pumpkin and cinnamon, which provides beta-carotene that reduces exercise-induced muscle damage, while the cinnamon improves insulin sensitivity, allowing muscles to absorb nutrients more efficiently. Many people don't know that cottage cheese becomes even more powerful when you add a small amount of fresh pineapple, as the enzymes in pineapple, called bromelain, greatly enhance protein breakdown and absorption while actively reducing the inflammation that interferes with muscle recovery and growth. Finally, we arrive at food number 1. Lentils, which we unequivocally label as the ultimate muscle-building superfood for people over 70, and the research behind this particular legume will completely transform how you think about protein and aging muscles forever. 1 cup of cooked lentils, costing literally mere pennies, provides 18 grams of protein, plus a unique newly discovered compound called spermidine that Japanese researchers have recently discovered can actually reverse cellular aging in muscle tissue by triggering autophagy, the self-cleansing process where your body clears out damaged proteins and regenerates muscle cells. When scientists at the University of Sydney compared lentils to a standard whey protein powder in adults over 70, they found something that genuinely shocked the entire fitness industry. The lentil group not only gained more muscle mass, but also showed significantly improved mitochondrial function, meaning their muscles could produce energy far more efficiently, essentially making their muscles perform like those of someone 2 decades younger. The potent combination of protein, folate, and iron in lentils creates a perfect storm for muscle growth, directly addressing multiple, near-universal deficiencies in older adults that directly contribute to sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss. Preparing lentils properly unleashes their full muscle-building potential in ways that will revolutionize your approach to nutrition and strength after 70. The most powerful preparation involves sprouting lentils for 48 hours before cooking, which increases the total protein content by 30% and creates enzymes that make the remaining protein almost completely bioavailable to aging digestive systems that typically absorb only half the protein they consume. Creating the ultimate muscle-building meal involves cooking red lentils with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper in bone broth instead of water. The collagen from the bone broth provides additional restorative amino acids, while turmeric's powerful anti-inflammatory properties eliminate the chronic inflammation that blocks muscle growth, and the black pepper increases turmeric absorption by an astonishing 2,000%. The timing strategy that maximizes results is consuming lentils as your primary lunch protein 4 days per week. alternating with other protein sources to prevent adaptation while maintaining the steady flow of nutrients your muscles desperately need for continuous growth and repair. These 6 humble, inexpensive foods represent a complete and total revolution in how we should approach muscle building and strength maintenance after 70. They definitively prove that expensive, complicated supplements are entirely unnecessary when you simply understand the fundamental science of whole food nutrition and its synergistic relationship with your aging body. Your muscles do not respond to marketing hype, fancy labels, or glossy packaging. They respond to real, synergistic nutrients delivered in forms your body can actually recognize, process, and use effectively. If this powerful information has genuinely opened your eyes to the overwhelming power of real food for building and preserving your strength, make sure you join our community so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos dedicated to staying strong and healthy for decades to come. Thank you for watching this crucial breakdown.